So there has been a lot of conversation lately around the idea of doing less in parenting, less hovering, less managing, less over functioning. And what's interesting is that this idea, it doesn't just apply to parenting, it applies directly to how we show up in our conversations. Because most of us are not over talking, we're over efforting. We're trying to get it right, trying to prevent conflict, trying to manage the other person's reaction, trying to make sure nothing goes wrong. And in that effort, we actually become more reactive, not less. So, what if the goal wasn't to do more in conversations, but to do about 85%? There's something powerful about this idea of 85%. It's not perfection. It's not over preparing. It's not over explaining. It's not rehearsing conversations in your head until you've exhausted yourself. It's just 85%. Because when we try to show up at 100%, what usually happens is we tip into control. We start managing our tone, managing outcomes, managing emotions, ours and the other person's or the group of people. And that's where conversations start to feel tense. But when we show up at 85%, something completely shifts. We're still present, we're still engaged, we still care, but we're not over functioning the moment. We leave the room, and that room is where calm actually lives. When we are over efforting in conversations, our nervous system is usually in a low grade state of urgency. We're scanning, right? We're scanning. Did that land right? Did I say too much? Did I say too little? Are they upset? Should I have said something differently? And that internal pressure makes us more likely to react quickly. It makes us more likely to defend or over explain or shut down and freeze or, over talk and get louder. But when we're not spending all of our energy managing the conversation, we have more energy for ourselves. And that changes absolutely everything because a regulated nervous system doesn't need to fix the moment. It can stay with it, it can pause, it can listen, it can respond instead of react. So, what does 85% communication actually look like? It looks like saying the thing without over explaining it. It looks like letting silence exist without rushing in to fill it. It looks like not correcting every misunderstanding immediately. Trusting that clarity doesn't require intensity and allowing the conversation to breathe, right? To give it breath, to give it space. It also means you're not abandoning yourself in the process, which most of us tend to do in an interaction. Because the truth is, when you're doing 100% of the emotional labor in a conversation, you're not actually more effective. You are just more exhausted. And here's the deeper layer: when you do less in your conversations, you're actually doing more for yourself. You're conserving energy. You're not walking away from every interaction completely depleted. You're not replaying everything you said later that night. You're not stuck in the loop of, I should have said it differently. Instead, you're anchored enough in yourself that you can trust what came out of you in the moment, even if it wasn't perfect. So we often think better communication means more skill, more tools, more things to say. But sometimes better communication is just less urgency, less over efforting, less self abandonment in the moment, and more presence, more breath, more trust in yourself. So this week, you might experiment with something simple. Before a conversation, ask yourself, what would 85% look like right now? Not disengaged, not checked out, just not overdoing it. And notice what happens when you give yourself that space. If this resonates with you, subscribe. I go much deeper into these patterns, how we overfunction in communication, how to slow the nervous system down, how to stay grounded in hard conversations. I go much deeper into all of that in my work inside the Mindful Communication Insider newsletter and in my trainings. You can find the links below if you want to get into my books or into some audio courses. It's all there for you. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.